What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. We're gonna talk about K Solo. I come through quick. Letterman. I come through, blaze crew through. Now this is about K Solo's beef with Keith Murray, EPMD. It's all about the same thing. When Keith Solo first started coming out from the Bronx, he linked up with EPMD. EPMD was hot. They just had their first album, and they saw K Solo and they wanted to work with him and linked up, and it's like, man, his voice, everything, his rap flow, we got to put this guy on. So they produced his first album. He and, Parrish decided to do it. Now, Parrish is more of a businessman than Eric is. Eric really handles most of the production of the music. So, going into this scenario, there was no issues. They had nothing but harmony. K Solo's the man. He's going to be their first artist to blow. Of course, can't hold him back. All that stuff is coming up. And Keith Murray was the young dude that was ripping. Big Daddy Kane brought him up. Everybody's big up in him. Redman's ripping stuff up. So when he brought Redman into the fold before his deal. The Redman album was coming out almost the same time as, or if not before, K Solo album. K Solo brought him in. And that's supposed to be his half brother and all this stuff. Whether that's true, I don't even know. I don't even know that. Because I never really cared to ask or try to figure out what was going on in that scenario surrounding it. So, anyway, sticking to the topic that really mattered. They all signed, everybody cool. K Solo's the only one that really isn't signed. People didn't know that. He wasn't signed fully to the Hit Squad. He still had his record deal. And when they decided that after the third CD, they was going to form the Hit Squad and just take a break for a minute and get to the business. When they was working on the fourth album and make this squad where they're gonna push all their records out and work with these artists individually, this is when problems start to ensue within between Eric and Parrish. So when they went their separate ways, like right after the fourth album, it kind of left K Solo dangling. Now, from what I was told, he never had a contract with either one, so he was free to do anything else. Redman and everybody else, they was all part of Def Squad, and he was on the headbang and everything, and he was fighting with them because he didn't get his money. And he was like, I never got paid for the headbang. Everybody else did. It was almost like sign the contract where we seen the Ice Cube situation, and you're not a group. His squad is just a clique. So you're not signed with us, and blah blah blah. So a problem ensued, but they told him, we're gonna take care of it. You're gonna be all right. Redman and all these guys is like, why are you tripping? You gonna do shows? We finna blow up. We back doing this. You finna get this money. So that blew over. Things, that kind of blew over. They took care of that. Then comes a situation that occurred when he did the song for Muddy Waters. We go to 96. So 96, he did the video, everything. For It's Like That, My Big Brother, him and Redman. And this is the first song him and Redman did together that's recorded and out and everything. Was just those two. K Solo loses it. He never saw a dime for doing that song. Not 1 cent. So he want answers. He's going to go to Eric Sermon to get some answers. And he's not getting any answers, so he's ready to fight. And when he see him on sight, he punching him. You know, that's how K Solo is. He's going to get physical. So they went, and Eric Sermon and everybody else went and got a restraining order put against K Solo. Eric tried to explain to him where his money went, but he's not trying to hear that. K Solo's like, I want my money. I appeared in the video. I did the show. I didn't get paid. Like, well, what's going on here? And, like, I don't understand why I'm not getting my money. So, people intervene, their friends come in, hey man, you know, trying to calm things down between the two. And they was like, man, I can't go to certain events because if they show up, I can't be there. They got this restraining order on me. So it's causing me to miss up my money, can't do shows and blah, blah, blah. But they was like, dude, you tripping. That's why they ain't doing business with you or people not dealing with you, because you got a bad reputation for flipping out on people. So, what happened is K Solo's main guy got into a disagreement with who was that? One of K Solo's guys. I don't even know the guy myself. I think his name's Ralph something. So, anyway, somebody from his crew, from the LOD, Keith Murray crew, jumped on him. Now, they had already had beef before because they didn't like the way K Solo was like talking behind the scenes. He was back there doing this, if it wasn't for me, if it wasn't for me, if it wasn't for me, noise. They didn't like it. And Redman and him, they didn't even talk to K Solo no more because of the stuff he was talking. And he felt Redman was supposed to stick up for him, make sure he got his money. So, he didn't want to deal with Redman and them either. He was like, F all of them. So, anyway, he felt that Ralph was disrespected in a certain way. A guy that they should have never done that to. So they went ahead and they, he made a mixtape and just went to work blasting Keith Murray and Redman. And EPMD, all that stuff. So he did a show, and LOD showed up. And it was a Christmas show or something. They was doing a Christmas show, whatever, hip-hop Christmas show. And it's like the day before Christmas or whatever. And LOD was in the house. And they just bum rushed the stage, beat up K Solo on stage, and they just threw him into the crowd. And what nobody really knows is that this was a setup. Them booking K Solo there was for him to be in the presence of that place and have him at a designated place at a designated time where they were going to be there and they was going to come in there and bum rush the show. It's a total plan that happens a lot. And sure enough, he set it up. There he was. They bum rushed the show, stomped him out, boom, boom, boom. Threw him off stage, gave him a couple of ooey knocks, and threw him off into the crowd. He didn't get up and swing on nobody. Everybody just bounced after that and got out of there. And basically, police came, charges was filed, and now they like, dude, how you gonna press charges on people? Now they gotta go to court and stuff over this garbage. I mean, it all got resolved by now, but this was back then. They was like, dude, you supposed to be, K Solo, the man. And he basically saying, look, I know people. I can make a phone call to Jay Prince or Suge Knight, and all of this is over. I'm the original rap criminal. Y'all gotta be more careful with the dudes you playing with. And sure enough, he had a deal with Death Row. Nothing come of it because of the circumstances around it, but he was at that time like, I could make phone calls and things could happen if I wanted to go out that way, but I don't even want to do it that way. I'd rather do it where I get my money at the end, because that's all this was about anyway, was his money. He tried to patch things up with PMD and do songs with him, and they went on tour, and P is just so strapped with business and this and business that, and he just like, man, I can't never tour with them no more because I just can't get it. So for these guys, like right now, they might still have some issues because Keith Murray still goes around and talks about how he beat down K Solo, when it was really like the entire LOD jumping on one individual. Now, that's the whole story. Because after that, they appeared on the stage, like I think in 2013, and they had actually K Solo for the first time performing the Headbanger with them. And that was the first time in like many years they've actually been together. So that was nice to see. And I don't know. I don't know if Keith and everybody's still cool. Solo gonna move to the beat of his own drums. I guess that's why he K Solo. He gotta be on his own. He can't be with nobody else. But his first album is a classic. What's that? Tell Him My Name? Yeah, so if you cop Tell Him My Name, you got a good CD. Time's Up. The only song I really liked off that was I like Letter Man and Can't Hold It Back. They can't hold it back, let it go solo, let it go solo, let it go solo. I can't hold it back.